Seaports are like the main veins of our world. Without them, we wouldn't have smartphones, bananas, or fuel. They are huge centers for trade, working 24 hours a day, and they always need new money and billions of dollars. From the biggest ports in the world to small marinas, each one is a money challenge. Today, we're looking behind the scenes. How much does it really cost to keep a port running? And what takes up all that huge amount of money? Port maintenance isn't a yearly checkup. It's an endless list of costs. Infrastructure, quays, breakwaters, roads, tracks, everything breaks down and needs constant repairs. Equipment, cranes, gantry cranes, vehicles, buying and servicing them cost tens of millions a year. Dredging ships are getting bigger, so waterways need to be dredged regularly. That's hundreds of millions of euros. On top of that, security, ecology, administration, salaries, taxes, the list of expenses never ends. No wonder the annual budgets of ports are mind-boggling. The biggest players, Shanghai, Singapore, Rotterdam, they spend billions of dollars every year to keep things going. Shanghai over 49 million TEUs, operating costs are more than $2 billion, constant expansion and dredging. Singapore 35 million TEUs, the world's bunkering port, investments in automation and ecology, expenses up to $2 billion. Rotterdam, Europe's leader, 14 million TEUs, hundreds of millions of euros for dredging and modernization. What do they all have in common? The scale of operations, constant investments, and the pressure not to fall behind. Being a global hub is a costly club. Here, the yearly bill is in the 10 digits. Gdańsk, Hamburg, Valencia. These are regional ports, but they have big dreams. Gdańsk is growing fast, spending hundreds of millions of zlotys each year on new buildings and making the water deeper. Hamburg is on the Elbe River. This means they always have to spend money to keep the water deep, sometimes as much as 150 million euros a year. Valencia is the top port in the Mediterranean Sea, putting money into new technology and being good for the environment. Their budget is hundreds of millions of euros. Each of these ports has to invest to stay in the game because the competition is always working. Even small marinas are a costly business. Renting the seabed, fixing the docks, access to electricity and water, sewage systems, everything creates expenses. Keeping a spot for a yacht costs several thousand euros a year, and fancy marinas charge thousands per day. Marinas make money from parking fees, they depend on tourism and have to cover all their running costs. Even the smallest harbor needs a strong financial plan. What makes port costs so high? The size of operations. The bigger the port, the more money spent on buildings and machines. Geography ports at river mouths or on the open sea have to spend a fortune on breakwaters and digging deeper. The type of goods, containers, oil, coal, each needs different expensive buildings and equipment. Technology and rules, automation, being green, safety. That's another hundreds of millions in the budget. Ports have to invest to meet what the market and rules demand. Dredging is a never-ending task and a money pit. Rivers and currents bring in mud, so ports have to clean the bottom regularly, costing tens, hundreds of millions of euros each year. Investment dredging to fit bigger ships are projects worth billions. The material dug out needs to be stored safely, which creates more costs. Without dredging, the port loses the biggest ships and profits. It's a never-ending fight with nature and the bill. A modern port is a hub of technology and green practices, and that costs money. Automation like self-driving vehicles and remote-controlled cranes means hundreds of millions of dollars in investments. Going digital with IT systems, traffic management, and cybersecurity means growing expenses. Being eco-friendly with electrified docks, LNG fueling, and solar panels means billions in investments. Ports need to be smart and green to operate in the 21st century. Investing in technology and green solutions is a must today, not a luxury. From giant ports to small marinas, every port is super important for the economy. Places like Shanghai or Rotterdam keep world trade going. The money they spend is the cost of being able to trade with the whole world. Ports like Gdańsk, Hamburg, and Valencia help their areas grow, create jobs, and bring in new businesses. Marinas and small harbors help tourism, local businesses, and fun activities. Every port, big or small, is a key part of how goods get around and how things grow. Their role is super important. Without them, the world would just stop. Next time you see a ship or a yacht, think about the hidden, expensive system that makes it all possible. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up so you don't miss my next videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.